All right, I think I'm live now. Hello, I am Mr. Solt, and welcome to Statistics. Um, so glad. I'm so excited. I'm excited. I am. I am also. I have some anxiety and trepidation as well. I'm excited to meet you all. I'm excited to give this class a shot for distance learning. And I'm also that's where the anxiety comes in, right? Because this is not ideal. This whole distance learning thing is not ideal. But it's what we got, so we're gonna make the best of it, and I think we're gonna be able to do just fine. Um, there's gonna be some hurdles. There's gonna be some challenges, but it's nothing that we can't do. Nothing we can't handle. All right. So I want to warn you, my screen's got to go funny here. All right, there we go. It goes weird, right? Okay, all right, got that going on. Okay, so again, welcome to Statistics. This is what I envision, what we might use a little bit here in Statistics is these Google Forms. Maybe you've used them, maybe you haven't. They're a great way to kind of collect information from you, and it's a great way to keep your assignments sorted. We'll use other kinds of Google Docs as well. These work out really well in terms of collecting your information and keeping it all together and saved. All right, so let's see. This is what it'll look like a lot of times. Statistics, Unit 1, Lesson 1, right? And here are your learning targets. Your first learning target, you should be able to say at the end of this lesson, it can take a couple days. This one I think is planned for like 3 days, but we'll see how distance learning might make it longer. Learning target number 1 is I can identify the individuals and variables in a data set and classify the variables as categorical or quantitative. All right, that's the first learning target. And the other one is I can summarize the distribution of a variable with a frequency table or relatively frequency table. All right, so then I'll usually put some vocab right here in the beginning. Vocabulary, statistics. Statistics, what is it? Well, statistics is the science and art of collecting, analyzing, and drawing conclusions from data. We're going to go into eventually about the statistical problem-solving process. Well, how do you problem solve using statistics? Well, you ask questions, you collect data that will hopefully try to help you answer those questions. You analyze that data, and then you interpret results. Another vocab word, categorical variable. And we'll get into this as we go, but I just like to teach the vocabulary in the beginning. Categorical variables are, categories. There are things that are qualitative, qualities or categories that individuals may have. Um, Quantitative variables are those that you can measure with a number, right? So like an age or a distance or a quantity. An individual is an individual person, animal, or thing described in a set of data. A variable is anything that can vary or be variable amongst the individuals in a statistical study. And right here, just for good measure, I got some NYSD, Next Generation Standards, statistics and probability. They want you to be able to interpret categorical and quantitative data, and that's what we're going to be doing in this lesson. I also got a very tentative plan of study lessons. If we're going forward, this is kind of just a trial and test to see what works for me and Ms. Desiato. So some math topics, and we'll start with day 1. So I got a little text here. Normally you just read that. This is too much text for me to read out loud right now. Maybe I will do that. We'll maybe work on some text readers for you too. This is my little MojiCon. Welcome to the virtual classroom. Here's a little welcome back song for y'all. If you if you feel like you need a little musical break, and then I'd like you to put your name right in here in the short answer there, and this helps me identify who it is that's filling out this Google form. And then I'm usually going to ask you a question like, what is the learning target or targets? And well, how do you find those learning targets? Well, they're in the beginning. You go back up here, and this is my little way of making sure that you're actually looking at the learning targets so you know what you're expected to learn, right? It helps you to learn so much better if you know what's expected. Like, where are we going with this thing? All right, well, that's the learning target. You're going to copy and paste those learning targets in there. That just kind of like proves to me that I know that you took at least a look at those learning targets, all right? And here's a little video of a man who has sued Pepsi to win a Harrier jet. And I don't want to give away all the wonderfulness that will be involved in this video. I will let you play that video yourself. And there it is. There's that. You can watch this on YouTube. And I'm going to actually ask you a question eventually on this little YouTube thing. But we'll move on for now. I've got 2 warm-up questions for you, and this is kind of just I want to see kind of your thinking, understanding of what statistics and probability would be right now. So the first warm-up question is that, and it says there is a 50% chance of rolling an even number on a six-sided die. Is she right? I want you to say yes, no, or if you think it's something else, put it in the other. Pause the video here. A lot of times with a lot of pauses in these videos, pause the video here, answer that question. Give it a moment to think about it, all right? All right, great. You've unpaused the video now because you answered that question, and we'll go to the next warm-up. Warm-up. Janet says there is a 50% chance of rolling an even number on the six-sided die. Explain why you think she is correct or incorrect, all right? Maybe you already explained on the other, but I want you to explain why you said yes or no to the question here. All right, pause it right now. Give me your explanation. All right, hopefully you've unpaused my video and you gave me an explanation to that warm-up assignment. Woo, I almost had my little pad fall off my desk, off my lap, sorry. Whoop, and I pressed a button on accident. Whoop, I don't want any of this, go away. Okay. All right, so here's, this is a little thing I'm gonna dangle in front of you as the question of, are corporations lying to us when they offer sweepstakes? This is kind of a question I want you to kind of consider in your head, and we're going to explore this idea. How can we answer this question with statistics? So, 1 in 6 wins. Pepsi offered this special promotion years ago on 20-ounce bottles of soda, and on the they printed a message on the inside of each bottle cap, and some of the caps said, "Please try again," while other bottle caps said, "You're a winner." And the Pepsi company advertised the promotion with a slogan, 1 in 6 wins a prize. And the prize is a free 20-ounce bottle of soda. So Mr. Jorge's statistics class wondered if the company's claim holds true at a nearby convenience store. And to find out, all 30 students in the class go to the store. Each one buys a 20-ounce bottle of soda, and 2 of them get caps that say, "You're a winner." The question is, does this result, 2 students out of 30 students, does it give a convincing evidence that the company's 1 in 6 claim is false or not? So we're going to have you collect some data, kind of run some simulations based on this 1 out of 6 is a winner type of concept, and we're going to collect some data, we're going to analyze it, we're going to do some statistics, all right? This is what we're going to do. So first of all, some of you might not be familiar with probability. So here's a little YouTube video. I think it's like 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Watch this video, and this will help you understand this idea of when we roll a dice, what's the probability of a 6 popping up or a 1 popping up, all right? That video is already there for you. I'm not going to play that in this video. That'd be a little bit too meta for me. All right, so the next question is, you have a 6-sided die. If you have a 6-sided die, like a physical one at home, you can use that for this simulation. If you don't have a physical die at home, no worries. There are virtual die rollers. So there's a little link here where you can go to a virtual die roller. Google's got one, and also random.org has one. And probably other sites have them as well. So I'm going to want you to roll this 6-sided dice 30 times. 30 times. This is going to simulate, imitate the process of by which the students in Mr. Jorge's statistics class bought their sodas, right? Because if they have a 6-sided die, every time you roll that die, there's a 1 in 6 chance that a 6 will pop up, right? There's a 1 in 6 chance that a 1 will pop up. That was all explained in this video right here. So I'm going to assume, for my purposes here, I'm going to say a 6 is a winner. If you roll a 6, it's a winner. So I want you to roll this die 30 times and record how many times out of 30 you rolled a 6. If you need to pause the video now, please, by all means do. Pause the video and roll your die and run the simulation. Count how many times you rolled a 6 with a 6-sided die. All right, great. Now you've unpaused the video because you're ready to the next part. You've already completed this one over here. And we're going to perform the simulation one more time. Why do I want you to perform it one more time? Because I want to I want you to have the experience of having collected some data on your own and to see this for yourself, because seeing is believing, right? When you actually perform this experiment, lots of times, I actually rolled 30 dice, I think over 30 times when I ran the simulation. I'm not going to have you do it 30 times. Just want you to roll die 30 times twice. So 60 die rolls. I know, it's work. But you'll also begin to feel how much work it is to collect data. It's a valuable learning experience. Maybe you want to pause the video now and give that another 30 rolls and record how many times you got 6 on a 6-sided die. All right. Hopefully you did that. Hopefully you're not just humoring me here, because again, that is a valuable learning experience. I know it could take 5 minutes of your time. There is something about the process of seeing is believing here. All right. So now, if we were in a live classroom, I would be collecting all the data that all of you just generated by rolling your die 30 times, and it would have been useful. And but we're not in a synchronous learning environment right now. I'm producing this video on a Sunday morning. So guess what? We're just going to have to use data that I did when I generated the rolls. Maybe eventually I'll be able to put your data together, and that'll be interesting to see what our class collected today. All right, so I want you to answer this next question. Does it seem plausible, which means believable, plausible means believable, does it seem plausible that the Pepsi Cola company is telling us the truth? The class simply got unlucky. Explain your answer there. What do you think? Is it possible they're telling us the truth? This class just got unlucky. This Mr. Jorge's class just got unlucky. Explain your answer. All right, that means you're going to pause the video as you explain. Great, we're back. You've given me your explanation of how you think they were just unlucky or not. All right, well, here's Mr. Solt on random.org rolling his 30 dice, and I even highlighted it for you and counted how many six-sided dice. And here's just an example of 5 different rolls that I had. So I rolled 30 dice over here, and I got 4 wins. The six-sided dice showed up 4 times. I rolled 30 more dice, and I got 6 wins. I rolled 30 more dice, I got 9 wins, 3 wins, and then 2 wins, just like Mr. Jorge's class. So I wanted you to see that it's possible to roll 30 dice, even if there is only a 1 in 6 chance of getting a 6, it's still possible that in 30 tries, the 6 only shows up twice. So I'm going to kind of think about what that means. I also want you to think about how could we change this experiment to prove with more confidence that the corporation is either telling the truth or lying. Remember, it is possible, we've proven it, to roll the die 30 times and only get 2 wins. So it's possible to buy 30 20-ounce bottles of soda and only get 2 winners if there's only a 1 in 6 chance of truly in the contest. So you'll write that answer there. And maybe you want to pause. And yeah. You've unpaused me because you've answered this question. And then I want you to try to calculate, based on this dot plot, what percentage of time did 30 rolls of a 6-sided die result in 2 or fewer instances of 6? So right now, pause the video and try to answer this question. Give it a shot. Give it at least 30 seconds to a minute to try this one, okay? Now you've unpaused. Did you try it? All right. All right. Well, I'm going to trust you here. So let me kind of demonstrate this a little bit here. 2 or fewer instances of 6. Okay, so I see there's an instance of 2, and I have also 2 instances of just 1 6-sided die being rolled in 30 tries. Altogether, that's 3. That's 3 tries in however many that are in this dot plot. Now, I don't know if there's exactly 30. Let me count them. I need to find out the total of all the dots in this dot plot now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. So 28 total. 28 total. Out of 28 tries of 30 dice rolls, 3 were 2 or less. So 3. So what we want is 3 out of 28. Right? We want to know what the proportion is from 3 to 28. So I'm going to divide. I'm actually going to divide because this is going to tell me how many times will I get 28 coming out of 3, right? So I'm going to pick up my handy dandy calculator. I suppose I could do it right here for you. Do I want to do that? Do I want you to use your calculator? I guess I'll use mine for now. We're just starting this thing up. There we go. So my Wabbit EMU will take a minute to power up here. This computer is not the fastest. There we go. Oh, that's not the view I want. How do I make that smaller? That's too big. No? Technical difficulties. Remember, we're going to overcome all these challenges eventually. Oh my gosh. How do I... This is less than ideal. There we go. Great. Okay. We knew we could solve this, right? So what was it? 3 out of 28? 3 out of 20. 3 divided by 28. Some of my stuff disappeared. That's less than ideal, too. So 3 divided by 28. All right. That's what I got when I divided 3 by 28. All right. My question for you all is, do you know how to convert a number I just got into a percentage? Maybe you want to pause the video and just look at this and say, Do I remember how to do this? Pause that video. See if you can remember. You give it a shot because, again, not knowing something and making a mistake, that actually helps your learning. To struggle helps your learning. Not know the answer and try to figure it out. Just that you trying to search your memory for those thoughts helps you build brain pathways, and that's what I want you to do a lot in this class. Well, hopefully some of you remember that this is a ratio out of 1. To convert this to a percent, a percentage, how many pennies are there? How many cents are there in a dollar? Well, there's 100 pennies in a dollar. So percent out of $1 is going to be about 11% if I round up right here. So I'm going to round this up to the nearest percent and call this 11%. So back to my calculation. 3 divided by 28 is 0.1074. I'm going to some dots, and I'm going to round this to approximately, 0.11. I'm going to multiply that by 100. So multiply, let's see, 0.11 times 100. And that'll give me 11, and I'll call that my percent. 11%. That's your answer there. 11%. Approximately 11% of the time that you do 30 random trials of 1 out of 6 chances of winner, 11% of the time you get 2 or less. Right? So we've already kind of hit one of our learning targets, right? This is what's called this is a dot plot, which tells us the frequency. This is not a table yet. This is still a dot plot chart. But now we have calculated a relative frequency from the total, right? So we took how many and we divided it by the total. Sorry, I didn't want that. Again, still learning the technology here. 3 out of 28, which gave us this over here. Oh, I pressed that stupid button again that I didn't want. I keep doing it. Okay, I need to turn this pen in my hand. I'm dealing with like a little pad over here, and I write on this, and when I write on this pad, it goes on the screen, as you can see, and so sometimes, I goof things up. Let me know if any other teacher has got the technology that's cool. All right, it's a competition. I want to win it. All right, so now that you've seen the dot plot and a few random rolls, has your view changed about the plausibility, believability, the company's telling the truth with the class just got unlucky? So now you have a chance to rethink your answer to this question that was posed to you before, and then you're going to save your progress, hopefully. If you want to save your progress, hopefully you're going to say yes before you click next and go to the next section. Now, when you click next, when you click this and click next, it'll submit your responses, and it'll probably, if it doesn't go back to the next section immediately, you might need to click edit my responses. So if you click this and it goes to like some screen, click edit my responses, and then you'll go and you click this the second time around. And so the first time you want to click this and then next, which saves your response. Let me just do it so we can see what happens. Oh, it makes my name. It wants me to enter a name, Mr. Solt. Now I have to go to the bottom of that screen so I know what happens when you do it, and we don't all get confused. Great. I've saved my responses, and I want to submit. That's what you're going to do, and then I'm going to edit my response. All right. What this does is it saves your responses, right? So you don't lose all this great work you've been doing. Okay. Wait, what's going on with this? Oh, I'm back in edit mode. I didn't want that. Okay, sorry. Sorry for confusing you. I'm back in the view mode. No, I'm back in edit mode somehow. Golly. Now I'm confused. Let's try. Where is open blank form? I'm editing my response. Yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to edit my response. Okay. Well, I'm glad I had this confusion, and you didn't have the confusion. Okay, but it did work. Like, I saved my response, that thing I just did, and now this time I'm going to edit my response to say I've already saved. I'm going to click next, and that will take me to the next section. There, I experienced the confusion. You don't have to. The lengths I go to help you out. Okay, this is probably going to be day 2. Probably it's about 30 minutes or so of, and I'm going to end this video right here, and we're going to start a new video for the next section. Thanks for joining us. Statistics, we're going to have a good time. There's going to be bumps in the road. It's going to be great. I'm Mr. Solt, and I'll see you next time. That's not what I wanted. Is there a blooper reel anywhere here?